meeting at the Town of Lisbon Town Hall on Monday, October 25th, 2021 at 6:30 PM. Roll call, please.
Chairman Osterman.
Here.
Supervisor Brown.
Here.
Supervisor Beal. Supervisor Moonen.
Here.
Supervisor Plotecker. Administrator Nicholas.
Here.
And Clerk Capazza to record the minutes.
Thank you. I stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 3 is comments from citizens present. Anybody comments here tonight or anyone on Zoom?
Anyone on Zoom wishing to comment, use the raise hand feature. No hands raised on Zoom.
Thank you. Item 4 is the meeting minutes. Discussion and necessary action regarding approval of the October 11th, 2021 town board minutes. Comments or questions? Is there a motion on the minutes?
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes from October 11th, 2021.
Motion to approve the minutes by Becky. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Doug Brown. Any final discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item 5, accounts payable. First one is authorize the payment of the Falls Auto Parts bill in the amount of $158.84.
I so move to pay the bill to Fall Auto for $158.84.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mark Moon. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. I did not vote. And then authorizing the payment of the remaining bills in the amount of $374,371.30.
So our top 5 expenses are waste management for $203,752.33. Farner asphalt for $61,503. Kunkel Engineering for $33,419. Village of Sussex for $9,723.46. And traffic analysis and design for $8,874. Ask for your approval.
Any questions or comments on the bills? Is there a motion?
I make a motion to accept as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, moved by Linda, second by Becky to approve. Any final discussion?
Just to clarify the number. The grand totals presented different than the 5.
Correct, because that is less the 158.84 Falls Auto Parts.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0 on that one. Thank you. Item 6 is announcements and correspondence. On the meeting list, we have a joint public hearing and planning commission meeting on Thursday, November 4th at 6:30 at the Richard Young Fire Station. The town board meeting on Monday, the 8th at 6:30 at the town hall. We have our budget public hearing and special town meeting elected on Wednesday, 11/10 at 7 PM at the town hall. We have that one at the town hall.
The annual meeting, yes.
Yeah, it'll be here. Okay, so we'll be at the town hall, not the fire station. And then the Parks Committee meeting will be the 15th at 6:30 at the Richard Young Fire Station. And the Sanitary Sewer District #1 meeting will be Wednesday, the 17th here at 6:30 at the town hall. Does anyone else have any other announcements or correspondence? Item 7, administrative report.
Right, this is going to be short. The majority of the last couple of weeks, I've been working on the budget and the redistricting. But I did want to make comment that tomorrow we have a public information meeting for our residents concerning the comp plan, and land use map. Residents were sent a letter if their property was going to change and if they had any questions. So we are going to meet with our planner. The both planners are going to be there, and we'll meet with anyone that has any questions. We lost another full-time fire department member this week, and meaning that he resigned this week. And then, we're already in the process of hiring for the one empty position, so it will merge nicely with just filling both positions at the same time.
Any questions for Kathy?
How many parcels of land are referred to tomorrow night? The letters that you sent out. Do you
78.
remember?
That sounds about right.
I think it's like 78.
78 that have a commercial value,
No, not commercial, just a change.
a change.
Any other questions for Kathy? Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Item 8, supervisor reports. Does anyone have anything to report?
No.
Item 9, new business. A, discussion and necessary action regarding resolution 2021-14 for the redistricting of election wards due to the 2020 federal census.
Right in front of you, you have the resolution for the now 7 wards and the map that are required by statute during this 10-year census and redistricting project. So we have created 7 wards. We kept them pretty much the same. We just reduced the amount of we increased the number of wards by 1 by splitting Ward 2 into Ward 2 and 7. It's our only difference.
Does this cost us more money for equipment and so forth?
Nope. No, same amount of polling places, just that people in 7 will go up to Woodside, come up to the polling, their polling place will be moved to here. So this needs to be in and sent in, so then the legislature can, and the county can finish the process.
Just one quick thing. I am fairly certain that parcel of land has gone to Merck. That little part.
Yeah, already,
That should have been in our border agreement with
Yeah.
them.
was it an automatic
I thought so.
sent? Because it's not in the redistricting blocks, it's still ours.
Okay, we might want to just check the border agreement, but I thought that was supposed to go to them.
Yeah, no timing on that, just automatically.
I thought so, but
Okay, we'll
I
check.
just noticed that right now, so I
Okay.
didn't look at the agreement. Right here, just this one little parcel right here. Right by across from where Quick is.
I don't know if there's any people in that-
Yeah,
in that parcel either.
not 100%, but I thought we had given that up in that border agreement. I thought it was an immediate thing too.
Thank you.
If not, no issue.
All right, sounds good. We'll make the correction if so, and move forward.
Don't have any questions or comments on redistricting maps? So the only thing that's kind of unfortunate but required is just that Ward 3 gets really close to the Richmond polling place, but will actually be. over
Right, but it'll still be in the same county board seat. Otherwise, we would have had, we'd have to break up the county board seat. We
Right.
didn't want to do that.
Which makes total sense. It's just if anyone looks at this and sees that 3 is right by Richmond Fire Station, but yet they won't be voting there. There is a legitimate reason for it. It just happens to be where our polling place is,
Mhm.
but this is the way the lines work.
Does
Yep.
this change any of our state representation?
Right,
We
it
don't know
will.
yet.
The map, the legislature will take our wards and then they will build the map.
Or they don't have those?
Not one. Mhm. I hear they have a preliminary out there.
And
It'll
we don't
change
base our
some.
changes
on
on
them. They might split our wards. If they split our wards, it'd be different. Because we can't have a ward that crosses a legislative or county board line. So it can cross, same ward can cross into 2 different school districts. And, but it cannot cross a legislative line or a county board
What
supervisor.
about when it turned to a village? Does that change any of this kind of thing? locally?
No, if we became a city, it would be.
Because of all
Right, because the aldermen have a specific seat, and then we would have to make sure that all the seats balance exactly. We don't have to do that. We just have to stay within our 600 to 2100 allotment.
Any other questions? Which one is there a motion on resolution 2021-14?
I make a motion, we accept resolution 2021-14 for the redistricting of the election wards due to the 2020 federal census.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Becky. All right, the only thing would be if that, the only thing I'd ask in that is just if that one parcel is,
Oh, you're right.
but that's
That we can move forward with it.
right. The motion's okay with that?
Yes,
The second's okay with that?
yes.
All right. Any other discussion?
It looks like there's 3 parcels.
Is there 3? Okay,
That would be that block.
that section.
That's the block.
So it could be,
Census block.
it's actually 3 parcels, just so the motion, the second are understanding. Good, Linda? And Becky?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
any questions from anyone on the board? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item B, discussion necessary action regarding the request to rename community park in member of John Greaton.
So we received a letter from John's brother-in-law. It's in your packet. I was asked by one of the supervisors to place it on the agenda for discussion.
Bruce,
I think that this would be a good thing for the Parks Committee to get involved with, and I would, I think we could table this and get their input, and they should send us a kind of a letter of what they would recommend in this.
I echo that sentiment as well. Not out of disrespect for John, but more of uniformity for the future going forward. I labored over this and was wondering how best to say it without disrespecting John's contributions and life inside our community. But I did find a lot of incorporated municipalities do have formal policy and procedure on how to go about doing that. And I think with along the lines of what Supervisor Brown said, I would be in favor of establishing a policy. And that would be part of it, would be the first start at the committee level.
I agree. We also know, I'm sure, that Bob Sheilak was very important in the beginning of the park. And there's a strong feeling that, you know, we might want to put his name on something. So it's just, I think the committee, we should hear what they have to say.
okay, Becky?
That's fine.
I do know that the committee has different members on there that have some very good ideas about how to proceed with this, and they're all a little different, but there's some really good ideas out there that we're talking about. I would like to hear some of their input from them.
I agree.
Okay.
Pass
So-
that, I'll pass that message on.
Okay, any other discussion on it?
Could we have a policy in place prior to going ahead with that?
Yep.
I think that would be proper moving ahead. I can send you some that I discovered.
Okay, will do.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good idea, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh. A lot of Parks.
Real quick,
Yeah.
item C, presentation and discussion regarding the 2022 planning service proposal from Rebecca.
It is. And Rod, I do have Melissa Hunt on Zoom. Would you like me to have her screen share?
Sure.
Okay.
I apologize. Rachel will be here any minute. You are very efficient with your meeting.
That's
Expect you to
fine.
be this quick. I'm Ron Zabel, I'm the president. But Rachel was going to do the largest share of our presentation this evening. So Do you want to wait? Do you want us to get
We
started?
can adjourn for a little
I
while.
got a note from her that she's gonna be here about 10 to, so
Okay.
that's all right.
Yeah, we'll just-
Apologize for.
We don't usually go this quick. We've had so many long meetings. This is a really
Yeah, we
nice.
figured with the last item. you know. So, I
Okay,
appreciate
so
that.
we'll just pause the meeting then.
Yep,
Until she gets
I'm
here.
gonna pause.
Back at 6:51. You good to go?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to retread anything that's been.
Nope, we just paused.
I'm terribly sorry.
We were rocking through the agenda tonight.
You sure were.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would take long anyway. But all right, well, I'll keep this brief anyway. I just wanted to come tonight. Thanks for letting us come to your meeting. We understand that you're considering your options for future planning services, of course, and so appreciate the opportunity to come and say a few words, give you a chance to ask questions if you have any for us. I've met most all of you already, with a couple of you I don't know as well. But of course, Rachel Holloway, been your town planner since the beginning of 2020. Prior to that, I did a little bit of limited assistance for Lisbon, but that's when I stepped into this role. And so I think you already know Brad's introduced himself, but I'm here with Brad Zufella and Melissa Hunt is on Zoom. She's my direct supervisor. And so we're just, all three of us are here tonight in case you have questions about the services that we provide and our interest in continuing to serve as your town planner. So that's our reason to be here. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Yes, I do. So as Rachel said, she's been doing most of the services that our company has done for the town. But I'm here to stress and emphasize that you have full support of the company. And Rachel has full access to the rest of the company, a lot of resources to use for helping guide her planning advice to you. That includes Melissa Hunt, who's on the call. She is manager of our municipal services department, and Rachel's direct supervisor, myself. I worked with growing towns for many years and continue to do so today. Rachel and I work together on a large town client in Dane County, almost on a daily basis. And I've also been a resource to Rachel on several elements or matters that have come before you folks. We haven't charged for my time, but I am a resource to Rachel. So we are hopeful that the planning development reviews that we've provided you have been helpful in guiding your decisions in your growth. And we've also seen your review process improve, and we are happy to be part of it. So thank you for letting us serve you and present tonight. So Rachel.
And I hope you got a chance to see my letter that in the information in your packets, and town staff was kind enough to distribute that to you. I'm not going to review those things, but I did want to share just a couple of thoughts that I have based on my experience being your town planner that I think are important that I'd like to tell you as a board. The biggest thing is that I really want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to be in this role for the last 4 years. Since 2017, it's been served. We've been, assisting with a variety of tasks, and it really has varied depending on your needs. So that varies from year to year, sometimes month to month, and just whatever is needed at that time. That's what we're willing to do, and what we provide with you. So just want to thank you for that. I can say that for Lisbon, as a planner, it's important. And our job is kind of unique in some ways, and it varies by community. But with Lisbon, it's been really a lot of effort and time has been put into learning your particular local community and ordinances, especially, and the complex relationships you have with other communities. Obviously, there's a lot of villages in the area, and with the county, that's a unique aspect of what's going on in Lisbon. So that's been a lot of the work, and that's why a lot of our time has also been done off the clock, just because we want to get it right. And learning those things is it's challenging, and it's a huge part of the work. So that's been something that I guess I pride myself in trying to do that very well for the town. And of course, we reviewed a lot of development plans, but that's not stopping. Obviously, we're growing and incorporating soon, hopefully. So that's, it's gonna happen. And I've heard from some plan commissioners that working with Greenbaker has been helpful for improving planning and zoning and how that's handled. I really sincerely hope that's true, and I hope that you continue to feel that way. And I guess Rod has already said this, but we've got our whole team at your disposal, but for how I approach the work, I really try to just do top-notch service and very dedicated to you as a client. I try to do excellent record keeping because that helps town staff, other people who work in Lisbon. So that's really important to the planning work that I do. And certainly as you grow at this just time, you know, with a lot of changes going on. So I understand that. I'll just wrap it up. That's really all I wanted to share with you. Of course, we've got other things we offer. We would continue to offer some free services, but that's really depends on what your priorities are, what your needs are in the coming, you know, months and years. So really, yeah, I just hope that you keep us on as your partners in all this work, and whether it's next year or even longer, whatever suits you.
You forgot to mention why. It's like,
Oh, yeah. I was calling, I did call an applicant to try to get the plan commission stuff wrapped up. And you can give it one more quick call, and it's not quite as quick as thought it would be, but
Understand that.
still.
All right. Any questions from the board? Doug, anyone? Linda? Mark?
As we continue to grow and develop in smart ways, hopefully incorporate short time here, what ways do you think you guys can further assist us that you're not already doing for us? What capabilities are we not utilizing?
Good question. I feel like we've used a lot of our capabilities, but some things, and I've been talking with staff about this as well. There's an opportunity, I think, for more like concept planning and marketing, more on that side of things. That's something that other team members I work with do. For example, like for the lead site, if that's something of value, or future town center, kind of taking a fresh look at that area. So that's something where, you know, currently it's happening in the comp plan area, long range planning, but it's important to know like where that's tracking so that we can help the landowners or help the town kind of recruit the end users that you want for these sites.
so just so you know, as a firm, we serve numerous municipalities throughout the state. We do work for private and state and so on, but a lot of municipalities, and we do a wide range of services. I'm an engineer. We know you have a town engineer, so we don't try to, we work well with your current engineer. But from the planning side, and Melissa can probably expand on this, that we do all kinds of things regarding funding, economic development, just your typical planning services, comprehensive planning, TIF, parks planning. We have landscape architects. We have about 65 people in 4 offices throughout southern Wisconsin. So southern and we have Milwaukee, office in Reedsburg, Prairie du Chien, Madison. So I don't know, Melissa, if you have anything to add to that.
Yeah, I think the only other piece I would add is that, Rachel mentioned on our team, we focus on municipal services. We do have a grants guru, I like to call her, and a few other folks at the company that also are engaged heavily in grants. So while we don't want to step on toes, we are a planning and engineering firm. We pride ourselves on the municipal service side and being able to package public funding. So we have experience in TIF. We partner with Ellers, Baker Tilly, and many of those other folks as well, really as an additional partner to, like I said, we like to joke that it's a big puzzle. And as you're putting all the pieces together of public works and engineering and planning and zoning and community and economic development, all the different services you provide are a piece of that puzzle. We work better together if all the puzzle pieces fit and you're not missing anything. So the one other thing I'd say we probably could tap into, we've offered 10 hours, I believe, at least as you go through your budgeting process to just talk about what's out there. I believe in the packet that Rachel provided, we also provided our public funding bulletin at the end. And the intent there really is to maximize grant opportunities and other programs that are out there. Currently, right now, with ARPA and everything that was launched tied to the American Rescue Plan, I mean, I think we are truly in a moment in life where we may never see an opportunity like this again to look at some of the grants that are out there and other programs and ensuring that we could tie into those if needed. So one of the things our team does is meets regularly with Department of Administration and a handful of the other USDA rural development. Obviously, some of those programs aren't as eligible for, but the town does have some eligibility on different programs and activities to make sure that you could tap into those. So as you go into budgeting, if Rachel can be of value or any of our other teammates, we'd be happy to provide that as you move forward and continue to grow, as well as you go into Village. We also provide a lot of community and economic development services. So when you do form the Village, going from the town, you have opportunities for community development, authority redevelopment, other things that you may have not taken full advantage of as a town, and we can provide services and assistance as well. I could keep going because I love what we do and it's easy to tell the story, but I will leave it at that.
Yeah, one thing is the services we provide for our municipal clients varies from client to client because it depends on the staff capabilities. And so, and the other consultants they use, we all have to adjust to each client to make it more unique. We do have a long list of things that we can that. Melissa and Rachel just said.
Okay. Becky?
I don't have any questions.
Obviously, we've been working together for a while. One of the questions I always have is what is something that you've been exceptionally proud of that we've worked on together? And then on the other hand of that, what is something that maybe we need to improve on in the future? We're kind of a team, I would say, and looking at it from that aspect. That's what I've asked.
Good question. I think some of the, I guess something I'm proud of is on the day-to-day planning side, I just think that's gone well as far as tracking things, being consistent with how that's handled, getting stuff through plan commission, creating a paper trail so that, I know, like sometimes it's, we start a new project or somebody comes in as a landowner and maybe have been to town several times for something on their property and for various reasons, we don't all have the records on these things and we're trying to track down, well, what do they have? I think we've gotten that kind of act together pretty well, I'd say, on the staff side, and there's set a tracking system that makes it a lot easier to just pull up, okay, what's the background on this property? I think that's gone really well. I think some of the ordinance updates have also gone well. I think that's a mixed bag because there's always things with ordinances where we're experiencing that right now with the sign code. So I'm hoping that we get it, do it very well this time in a way that it won't need to be amended anytime too soon. But that's something that there's always things that are unforeseen. And so it's tricky to try to get that right until you test it on individual properties because every project is unique. But I think that's something where there's also room for, we've talked about this many times, but certainly when you incorporate, if there's a chance to update the ordinances in a way that really can streamline things and really focus on the things that you find important and cut out the stuff that is not as important, that will just free up a lot of staff time, honestly, and committee time and board time. I think to focus on what you want to do. That would be really exciting to help you get there. So, I have definitely a lot of ideas in the hopper, but I've had to put that in the parking lot for now. It's not quite time.
Thank you. One thing to note, during our time when we were very short on staff, Rachel and the firm really stepped up. I mean, we were down at one time, it was Chris, Natasha, and I was stepping in a lot. Now everybody was pitching in, but I mean, there was a lot of things that they took on for us at that point in time. I know you opened your schedule up quite a bit. You were pretty much full time. I think you were full time at that point in time. So, any other questions from the board? All right. Thank you very much. Doesn't even seem possible. It's 7:04. But
No.
item 10 is adjournment. It's
Make a motion to adjourn.
moved by Linda to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Becky. No discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Opposed? 5-0 at 7:05.